Number four, Sword of the Morning, Arthur Dayne. Arthur Dayne, when when was it the Smiling Night and those bandits when he told him, "Yeah, you got my sword, man." He paid the villagers. Like Arthur Dayne is that guy, man. Arthur Dayne is the best friend we all wish we had. He was Rhaegar's closest friend because he was that guy. Like y'all don't understand. Arthur Dayne was whoever that guy to you is in real life right now. That's who Arthur Dayne is, man. With his Wayne Gretzky, Jordan, Kobe, Tom Brady. That's Arthur Dayne, dog. He's the guy, man. You know, Spy Kids. You know what I'm saying? The guy. That's who he is. But in all seriousness, man, Arthur Dayne is that knight that we all hear about when we're young. When we first hear about like the medieval time and all of this, like we think about Arthur Dayne before Arthur Dayne even existed. You know, he even has the Arthurian name from Arthurian legend, Arthur. You know, like King Arthur. Like he has that. I'm pretty sure George put that in there on purpose. He's the best fighter to me, I think, in Game of Thrones. You know, I have Aemon the Dragon Knight as number 10. I don't. I think if him and Arthur Dayne met, I think Arthur takes him. I think Arthur takes Jaime. I think Arthur takes Barristan. I think Arthur takes Damon. I think Arthur takes anybody, dog. Christian Cole. I think Arthur is the best swordsman in the show, which is why he's so high up on the list. You know, yeah, he's Jamie looked at him in high regard, which is why I think he was a part of the reason why he was so mad at Ned. It's like you didn't beat Arthur Dane, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Jamie like knew it, and that was part of his like anger. You know, Arthur I think also has. I think he might have like grayish or silver. He might have. I think he has longer hair too, and it's like most of them have longer hair in the books. But you know, his sword is passed on through whoever the new great warrior of the generation is, whoever they feel is exceptional enough to have it. And of course, Arthur got it, and people saw his skills. Like, hey man, just take it, give it to your son. They probably was gonna give it to his son if he was gonna sneak and have one. Like, having kids, and during they allowed to do that. Like even on the King's Guard, they're not allowed to have take wives or anything like that. But they would have made an exception for Arthur Dayne. That's the thing about the Dornish, man. They wasn't conquered by the Targaryens. You know, that's what make them so cool. They have like the greatest fighters over there. You know, we love to give credit to the Targaryens, but the Dornish they put out some dogs, man. So did the Second Sons. But anyway, man, Arthur Dayne. I still don't understand why Rhaegar had him stationed at the tower. I will never understand that because George ain't finishing those books. But he was a dog, man. He had that dog in him, of course. Like anything you could say good about him, any slang, like he had it all, man. Uh, that's why I have him over Ned. Like at first, Ned, like I said, Ned was my favorite character, but he's over Ned because where are the flaws? What's the flaws with this man? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no flaws. He was the guy. Y'all don't know about being the guy, man, but Arthur was the guy. I wish it was more stories we could hear about him and Rhaegar and, what they spoke about and how they felt about things. I love a good duo. Like, I love Ned and Robert, man. I thought John was about to be like a good duo with a couple of people. With Robert's bastard, Gendry. That would have been a good duo to see. He was a duo with, what's the wilder name with the red hair? I can't think. Tormund. John was a great duo with, his brothers at the Night Watch. Him and Ed was a great duo. Like, I wish they would have gave John like another swordsman that he could have rolled with. I love the duos in Game of Thrones. I don't know what that would have been. What would you call Rhaegar and Arthur Dayne? I guess Steph and Clay in their prime. Yeah, Steph and Clay. Jordan and Kobe would be the hound in the mountain. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna call them or Scotty and Jordan. I'm gonna get him Scotty and Jordan. But that's about it for Arthur Dayne, man. My number 4 pick, man. Arthur Dayne.